friends that try to pee in corners and stuff like that. They tried to pee in my corner. Nope.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to know who's the biggest prankster, and do you have any stories about people pranking you?
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen as often anymore. I think back in the day, getting ripped used to be, used to be funny. I don't know if there's any more pranksters. I might actually think I'm probably the biggest one. And by no means do I run around and rib everybody, but you know, I wish I could think of a really good story. Most of them I can't really repeat. There's children.
Hey, Punk. I've been a big fan of yours.
Wait. What are you supposed to be, some kind of a cosmonaut?
Actually, I'm an exterminator. Somebody saw a cockroach in this building.
Must be some cockroach. No, you made mine, man. I did that gag earlier with somebody who actually had the whole outfit on. No offense.
We got the car in the front. But,
Okay.
I've been a big fan of yours since Ring of Honor, and I'm a big fan of your feuds with Les Samoa Joe and that. But is there ever a chance for, I know WWE mixes some dangerous moves, ever a chance we're going to see the plunge again?
No, I don't think you need to see it. What's the point? You know, there's no conspiracy. I'm not told not to do it. There's no reason to do it.
Okay.
You know?
Thanks.
Hey, Punk, how you doing?
Good. The funny thing is a lot of you went through the line for photos, then you went through the line for autographs, and now you're here, so hello, how are you? Like, has my answer changed throughout the day? Like at first I'm like, I'm great, and in the middle of the day I'm like, I'm hanging in there, and now I'm just...
You're just like us, you're not done with this. Well, my question actually just got asked, and ice cream bars is out the question, so what are the chances of you and Austin having a match at WrestleMania in Edinburgh?
Well, I think he just had knee surgery, so that should answer your question.
Time heals.
Yeah, I know time heals, but I can't speak for Steve, nor would I want to. I can only speak for me. You know, Rock comes back, says he wants a shot at the title. I'm the champ. I'll take on the Rock. If Steve wants to come back and, you know, take me around the block, I will gladly do that. But right now,
And the little guy beat the Rock.
okay.
I've been fan of yours forever, and they finally put the title on you. I don't want to see it go away.
Okay.
Brew Raider Cook, Catwoman is the best, just my opinion. But
Yep.
my question is, when you got hit by Danny Dominion in MCW, was that the hardest you ever been punched in a match?
Oh my God, I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, probably no. Probably not.
I said, what's the hardest you've ever been? If you can remember, if there is one.
I
Where you
mean,
just go, wow.
there's a lot of moments like that. And the funny thing is you really kind of just beat the crap out of the people you love. So I'd say Chris Hero, Samoa Joe are probably two of the guys that recently. If I don't know if any of you went, maybe Frank. I don't know if did you see any of the three ways, me, Kane, and Dan O'Brien? Yeah. These on the house shows, these got so ridiculous after a while because they try to make the other guy laugh, you maybe goofing off. There was one particular night, I don't know when, but the first 3 rows must have just been like, what is going on? Because I just kept reaching up and moving his mask so he couldn't see. And I kept screaming. Every time he would touch me, I would yell like he was hurting me. And I kept screaming, stop messing up my hair. And he'd be on the mat and I'd be stepping on his hair. And just like, it got really, we lost it for a minute, and at one point in that match, he hit me so goddamn hard. But the instant reaction is we both started laughing. Like he started cracking up, and I started cracking up, and then I just rolled out, and I was, it happens. It happens a lot, but it's normally just between the guys you like, believe it or not.
All right, thanks, man.
No problem.
So excited to actually get to ask you this. Now, last time I checked, we're at a comic book convention.
Yes, Doctor.
And you are friends with Jill, so will we ever see a CM Punk comic book?
I don't want to see that. Are you talking about like
Like an actual CM Punk comic book, like the Adventures of CM Punk. You
No,
know?
that's not. I don't think so. I might be working on one that I'm writing, but that's top secret. No problem, Doctor. I think you're supposed to be Doctor.
Yes, I am.
All right.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I got this question in Philly, but it's obviously very appropriate. We're at a comic book convention. It is, yes. It's a hard one to answer. The one I know I wouldn't want to have is to be able to read people's minds. I don't want any of that. Nope. Nope, not at all. I don't know. It'd be cool to fly. It'd be cool to turn invisible. But I would be doing all the horrible things. This is also, it's like deja vu. This is why, to me, Superman sucks. Because if you were Superman, everybody has a bad day. I have bad days, and you snap at people. Well, if you're Superman, snapping at somebody would probably be shooting them with the lasers that come out of his eyes. And I just don't buy that he's that nice of a guy. Like, he would snap at somebody and then melt them, and then what are you going to do? He's Superman. You just, sorry. I would like to fly. You know what? Invisibility. I'm going with invisibility. Yeah. No problem.
What's your favorite pay-per-view event?
WrestleMania. It's too easy. Biggest show of the year. You're welcome, buddy.
How does it feel to be on the cover of WWE 13?
It's pretty cool. I think one of the goals when I originally started was, to be in a video game, to have an action figure. I never really thought about being on the cover of the video game, so to make that is it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, what's the next goal? Now that you've been on the, cover of the video game and action figures, what's next?
It wasn't your turn.
Girls don't buy that night.
That's Sean.
She said Playgirl, by the way. If anybody That's not.
Shawn Michaels one.
Did you see that? I'm a Dr. Rubby. I don't know what's next. I'm running out of goals here, ladies and gentlemen.
President.
I will be the president. The movie thing. I don't know. Chaperone 2, more chaperone. Go ahead, Robin.
All right. I know you're a big fan of mixed martial arts and the UFC. Labor Day weekend's UFC 151, John Jones versus Dan Henderson. Now we have an extra ticket, and we'd like to invite you to join us.
That's a good fight.
What date is that?
I believe it's September 1st. What is it?
September 1st.
It's a Saturday. It's in Vegas.
I might be going to Australia. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's got a house show.
Yeah, Hendo's my favorite fighter, so yeah. But you know what? Heart says Hendo, brain says John Jones. Nobody asked my opinion, but there it is.
Okay, well, you probably hear this question all the time, but what does CM mean in CM Punk? Like, if you had to choose, like, I know you say nothing, but what do you want it to mean?
What do you want it to mean? Oh, come on. Nothing? No? To me, I think that's something that's up to you guys now. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. Everyone comes up with some wacky stuff, so I think it's fun. What, Cookie Monster? Yeah, absolutely. Chicago Made? It's a good one.
Hey, I was wondering if you could wrestle anyone in the wrestling industry, past, present, legend, who would it be?
No, that's, God, I don't know. Macho Man, Harley Race.
Yeah.
Jumbo Saruta, you know, there's a bunch of, there's so many. If I could, like anybody currently in the industry, I would wrestle Samoa Joe. Hello.
What was your biggest challenge becoming a WWE superstar?
What am I talking about?
You know, I don't know. I mean, the challenge.
Do I need to get security for her?
Is this close? I think the challenge was becoming a WWE superstar, and there was just so much that was challenging about it. You know, I really don't know what the hardest thing was. You know, I just think getting hired in the first place, I agree, was the hardest thing. And there's you know, everything's working against you. So just that whole process was hard.
Thank you and good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What made you become a wrestler, and are you single?
Before I answer that, I have a question for you, and I want you to think really hard before you answer it. How old are you? Okay. Hopefully, if your parents are in here, they have a sense of humor about that. To me, I didn't really choose to be a wrestler. I think I was born to do this. I think it chose me. But seeing Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, guys like that, made me want to do this. And I am single.
I'm not sure how to top that, but
You can ask me if I'm single. I don't know.
I was wondering if you ever sat down with Vince and then, like, you know, there's this guy named Colt Cabana.
It's a weird situation because I have a lot of talented friends that don't necessarily need me to try to get them a job. Colt is doing amazing on his own, and he has the freedom to do things like his podcast and stand-up comedy. You know, would he like a steady WWE gig? Honestly, I don't know. We don't talk about it. You know, when we get together, we don't talk about wrestling. You know, we goof off, we have fun, we go to the gym, we hang out. I've never had a one-on-one with Vince about Cabana, you know, and I know he's not asking me to, you know, so it's just something. If he gets hired again, it's going to be because he's worked his ass off, and he deserves it. It's certainly he certainly doesn't want to be, you know, Brutus Beefcake to my Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
Scotty Goldman for that man.
Or Scotty Goldman. Yes.
Alright, thank you.
Hey, Punk.
Hey.
Except for Colt Cabana, is there anyone on the indie scene that you would like to see in WWE?
Samoa Joe.
Joe's in TNA.
You said indie scene, didn't you?
Thanks, Punk.
Thank you.
You actually answered my question back in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series about you legitimately thinking that you're Batman.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up because my friends all want to know.
I'm a weirdo. I'm sorry.
I like Batman. Who's your favorite like Batman villain from the Batman franchise?
See, it depends on who's writing it, you know?
Do you have like an overall favorite?
I mean, you can't beat Joker, you know?
You literally can't be.
It's a hard question. It's like the superpowers thing, you know? It's like, what's cooler, being invisible or flying? Who's cooler, like, you know, a really well-written Riddler, or like, you know, Bane? I don't know, but I think you gotta go with Joker. He's like he's the bad guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
This is really cool. I've seen you take some really hard hits, you know, kendo sticks, chair shots, and I've also seen you dish out some really hard hits, like at Extreme Rules, the elbow off the top rope in the Jericho into the table. That was awesome.
Thank you. My elbow is ugly, by the way. It's not pretty.
So my question is, what's the best weapon to use, and what's your least favorite weapon to get hit by?
I don't want to. I can't even put them in order. They all suck. You know what? Ladders are bad. Kendo sticks are really, really crappy. I don't know if you guys have ever been whacked by one of those. Everyone seems to think for some reason that no, those don't hurt. They hurt. And for some reason, if you're laying there getting smacked with one, the jerk swinging, it always seems to hit you in the exact same spot. You know, so it's just amplified. The kendo sticks are pretty bad.
Okay, thanks.
Well, don't hit anybody with a kendo stick.
Quick comment before my question. If you get a chance, just text your sister, say thank you. She took a picture of me after Extreme Rules, and I didn't get a chance to say thank you. So.
All right, don't ask my sister to take pictures of me.
Do you see any backlash coming from this whole social media thing with the Twitter thing, like JTG, most recent, you know, example with his whole tyrant, how he's sick of being underused kind of thing?
No, I just wait. You know, like the funny thing about that is he's hiding behind Twitter. I guarantee you, he didn't go to anybody backstage and say those things. So to come out and do it on Twitter, it's kind of weak. You know, I mean, there's a billion people backstage you can go Harry grievances to. You know, says the guy who went and did it on live TV, but you know, that's nothing that I wasn't saying to Vince to his face, you know, for months. So, you know, I think there's room, there's a lot of upward mobility possible. I don't think complaining on Twitter is going to get you there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite fighting video game?
Well, THQ's coming out with WWE 13. That would be my favorite fighting video game. I like Mortal Kombat too. Oh, and by the way, on my DVD, there's a special feature. I don't know what it's called, the special feature, but it's me versus Kofi in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And it's hilarious.
Hey, I was just wondering, what was the coolest outfit you've seen here today?
The coolest outfit? Well, no offense, but not yours. He has a Jurassic Park t-shirt on, come on. Where's the, yeah, right there. The little girl dressed as me, come on. obscure character, Ronan the Accuser, like the Creed. Right? Like, I saw like the fattest Ronan the Accuser. I love it.
Well, thank you, I guess.
Yes, you're welcome.
You ready to face The Rock at the Royal Rumble?
Am I?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. If Dewey was here, you could ask him if he's ready to face me at the Royal Rumble. Yes, that's his name.
Hey, Punk.
First, wait. You know what I'm gonna do, right? Get up here. Get up here, front and center. Does anybody know who this is?
Yeah.
This is the Brock Lesnar guy. Everybody backstage loves the Brock Lesnar guy. He's in like every single video package for the past 6 months. Can you just do it one time for everybody?
Do it.
Ready? Everybody ready?
You realize what you've done to this guy.
Hey man, I love it. It's good stuff.
I got another question. You tweet about Whole Foods a lot, and that's where I work. Just what do you like to shop for when you go to Whole Foods?
I buy a lot of vegetables. Boring, I know. Vegetables and ginger and wheatgrass. Hello.
My question is, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Slapshot. How old are you? You're 10? Okay, wait a couple of years. And then ask your parents to buy you Slapshot. It's great stuff. Oh, you have it? All right. Well, just watch it now. Who cares?
Alright, when you first started, you had this incredible move called the Anaconda Vice. I don't see it as much often, and I really miss that move.
Did you see WrestleMania?
Yeah, but you don't do it that often, so I was just thinking, the GTS is
You have
great.
ADD, sir? I find a lot of fans nowadays, like they're not patient. And they don't, I don't know, if I haven't used a thing in 2 months, it means like, immediately means I was told not to use it anymore, but no, go ahead, I'm sorry, you'd like to see it more.
I guess a match I'd like to see is you versus Daniel Bryan in a submission match.
I would love nothing more. That'd be great. Yeah.
I was just curious if you would ever like to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I would, but the funny thing about that is it's almost a foregone conclusion that and it would be an uphill battle, and I love challenges, but 20-0, that's a nice round number. I don't know if he wants to go 21-0 or 22-0. I mean, the guy's earned his piece. He's done everything. He's been champ multiple times. Main event WrestleMania. He's won a Royal Rumble. Selfishly, would I like to do it? Yeah, I would love to be the guy to break the streak too. But I don't know if that's a necessary thing to happen. But yeah, sure. WrestleMania against The Undertaker? Why not?
Thank you.
A little bit, is there, and also, is there, apologies, and who do you look to and admire also for their skills on the microphone?
This answer is going to sound really, really crazy, but I think you're mistaken if you're just looking at people in the pro wrestling industry for interview points or tips, or if you're just studying people who talk in pro wrestling, because 90% of the promos out there is just people yelling and screaming and just like coked out of their minds and just freaking out. So what I always do, to me, everything, and me and Tommy Dreamer have always said this, everything is pro wrestling. I've been watching the Olympics, and I will watch some diver, greatest athlete in the world, looks like $1 million, can swim, faster than I can run probably, and then, it's like, you just won a gold medal, and you're 15. What about it? You know, I just kept my eyes on the black line, and I just, to me, everything is wrestling. So I watch everything, and everything's a promo. I watch how everybody conducts themselves. I watch body language, and this is the part that's gonna sound really bad, but he was a great public speaker. He's a real shit human being. But Hitler, hey, Bane is back there. By the way, did you see that? Now, I have a book, and it's speeches from like all kinds of people. Malcolm X, Winston Churchill's in there. So like I pay attention to everything, and everything is a promo to me. So I don't so much try to pick from people in the industry, because then you're just kind of copying somebody. I try to pick from like real weird, obscure places. Like when I was doing the Straight Edge Society thing, I was up all night watching like the Jesus infomercials and watching like Benny Hinn and like just weird stuff like that. Because I think there's a lot of stuff you can learn from that.
Cool. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
I will do my best. Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, I'm single. I'm kidding.
I just wanted your thoughts on something, because I went to TGI Fridays the other night, and I was all dressed up. I was wearing a CM Punk shirt, of course, and there was this group of 9 people. They were like totally jerks, and they're like bashing wrestling fans or whatever, and saying how wrestling fans shouldn't come to Comic-Con because it's all about comics, or whatever. And I was like getting so mad, like I wanted to punch him in the face, but whatever. So I wanted to know what you thought, because you're both a comic fan and wrestler. So
I think people hate on things they don't understand. And the biggest argument you'll ever hear from somebody against pro wrestling is, "It's not real." It's like, "Oh, thanks. I didn't know. Thanks a lot. You're so much smarter than me. You've shed so much light on." So if somebody hates something, that's normally what they do is they try to break it down. They try to beat it up because they don't understand it. And pro wrestling is one of those things that, if you like it, you can't really explain it to other people, and if you don't like it, there's not an explanation you can give, or hear that will make you like it. So just don't worry about the 9 jerks in the room. Worry about yourself. Read comics. Go snowboarding.
like I just wanted to eat dinner. Like,
You wanted what? You wanted what?
I wanted to eat dinner. Like they're just.
Right. Well then, tell them that. And they eat their dinner.
I'm a minor. Sorry. Okay. So I'm not gonna ask to see, the straight edge tattoo, but can you do this, please? The answer you were going for earlier was the scarecrow. Sorry.
Okay.
So I want to know, in OVW, you had that pink homemade shirt that says "Real Guys Wear Pink." Do you still have that shirt?
Oh God, I think so, probably.
We should have asked the bar.
Take the microphone there.
There you go.
Hi. Have you seen, when are you gonna see fight Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio
And who else?
Big Show?
Brock, Ray, Big Show fighting at SummerSlam. Rey Mysterio I fought last Monday on Raw, and Brock Lesnar, he's got Triple H at SummerSlam, so I don't think I'll be fighting him anytime soon. But there's probably a bigger chance of me fighting Brock Lesnar guy.
Then are you gonna fight Big Show?
At SummerSlam.
son wanted to see John Cena, and we were in the crowd in line, and everyone started going, "Let's go Cena," and I was like, "Oh, this will be fun," and I was like, "Cena sucks." This old lady looked at me and said, "No, you suck." How much credit do you get? Like,
That's pro wrestling right there.
you get now, like, you turn your back on Cena. Yeah.
You know, surprisingly enough, the reaction to see on TV, you know, they are what they are. When we're on the road Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm like overwhelmingly cheered. It's bizarre. I don't know. I think we're onto something here. Careful.
Hey, Mr. Punk. Yeah. You ever think about doing the dancing with the stars? Chris Jericho really did it.
Yeah, he did all right. No, I've never thought about it. He says it's the hardest thing he's ever done in his life, which is kind of funny. No interest in dancing.
Best wrestler in the world, best dancer in the world.
That's the title.
Have you ever felt limited in ways to express yourself through promos or character development because of the PG era?
No, not at all. I mean, it's a cut and dry answer. You know, no. I think if you're not creative enough to express yourself or find a way to, you know, get over within, you know, like there's no reason to go out there and just, you know, swear and, you know, punch a girl in the face and like, I mean, literally, you do that and you desensitize the crowd and stuff doesn't mean anything anymore. So, you know, crossing that line doesn't get us anywhere. I think a lot of people, their anger is misplaced. You know, like, oh, PG sucks, PG sucks. No, I mean, it really doesn't. You just got to be more creative. You know, there's ways around it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, CM Punk.
Hello.
How did you learn the GTS?
I stole it. I explained this on my DVD. There's a wrestler in Japan called Kenta, and he's the guy who invented it, you know. And they for whatever reason at the time were like, we don't like the Anaconda Vice anymore, and I think they were just doing it just to screw with me because they figured, and they tried to give me like a bunch of lame finishers, and I was just like, no, don't worry, I got one in mind, because I knew they were trying to screw with me, so I just kind of needed something big. And that was really the only thing I knew the American audience hasn't seen yet. And are you paying attention? What are you doing? So I stole it, but I kept it the same name because I didn't just want to steal it and, you know, have people think I invented it, you know, because, you know, I'm honest. Who cares?
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm 8 years old, by the way.
You're welcome. Man. I'm 22.
I just had a question. Have you ever read Irredeemable or Incorruptible by Mark Waid? That is a Superman gone bad.
Right, correct. That is what Superman would be. 100%.
It's my favorite.
It's pretty good.
Alright, so I surveyed the room. I'm about to make 5 friends and a room full of enemies. But how does the best in the world...
You're going to say, I see your stupid hat. How is the best in the world a Cubs fan? Hope. It's a base human emotion of hope. I've been to the Cell, I've been to Comiskey, they're always half empty. Wrigley Field is always to capacity. There's always 38,000, 40,000 people there. Rain or shine, good or bad, sickness and health, till death do us part. Robin Ventura got beat up by Nolan Ryan? That was hilarious.
Or Barrett punching for 60.
That was good too.
Stand up here and sound sappy, and basically I've been in and out of wrestling my whole life, ever since I was a kid, high school, all that. Pretty much you have really spoken to a part of me that I think a lot of people have, a lot of wrestlers, not that they tried, but I mean, you come into the ring like H2O hoodies and stuff like that is awesome to me.
Yeah.
Why do you think that nobody else has really tried to conquer a demographic like that?
I don't think anybody comes from that demographic. I mean, I think, you know, if there was ever a diamond in the rough, it's me. You know, I didn't play sports. I don't listen to what's on the radio. I'm not cool. And you're gonna love my DVD because that's what it's all about. I'm like, you know, I'm an outcast in every sense of the word. I like weird things. I like what I like. I'm not shy about it. I don't hide it. I'm brutally honest. And this is who I am. This is what you get. If you don't like it, you know, sorry, I can't help you. And I do stuff like that. I represent my friends and I represent where I'm from. You know, hardcore scene and bands maybe people don't know about because I want people to be like, what is that? Who are the Swellers? And Google it. And maybe somebody's gonna buy their CD. Maybe somebody who's never listened to Madball before is gonna go buy a Madball album. And like, these guys are all my friends, but it's also what I'm into. And you know, whether you like it or not, we're all human beings. We're all brothers and sisters. There's a lot of stuff out there for you to enjoy, and your life's way too short for anybody to be, you know, closed-minded and have a narrow field of vision. Like, go out there and experience everything. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what the best in the world thing's about too. Like, I want everybody to be able to jump up in the middle of traffic and just scream, you know, best in the world at somebody, you know, like, just, yeah, to me, that's what it's all about. I represent where I come from and my friends and my family. The people that support me, I support them back.
I think the gentleman who's last in line right now will be our last question, but let's get through the rest of this live here.
You got somewhere to be? What are you doing?
Well, the event closes eventually.
The event closes when I say it closes.
Okay. What is it like being straight edge in pro wrestling? Sometimes it has a really bad reputation of drugs and alcohol usage gone bad. What is it like being...
I want an example of drugs and alcohol usage gone good.
I just want to know what it's like there when people are sort of pressuring you and things like that. I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So I just want to know what it's like for you in that type of environment.
I've never had a problem with it. I don't think it's a pro wrestling thing. I think it's a life thing. I don't think there's a problem with drugs in pro wrestling. I think there's a problem with drugs in the world. You know, everybody's quick to, you know, pop a pill or drink or whatever, and you know, I get kind of offended when people specifically mention, you know, pro wrestling. Oh, well, you've had this many deaths in pro wrestling. Yeah, you know what? It sucks. It's nothing that we're proud of. Like, we're not championing, you know, how many people have died or, you know, who's suspended and whatnot. But it's not a pro wrestling thing. It's a life thing. You know, I mean, it never bothered me. Peer pressure and stuff. It never existed. And I don't know, I was just fortunate enough to just not care what anybody else thought. And people telling me like, oh, you know, do this because everybody else is doing it. Like, I would, there's nobody I wanted to hang out with to begin with. You know, I mean, there's problems in the world. You know, the world is in pro wrestling is in that world. So, you know, it's not just a pro wrestling thing.
All right, thanks.
You know, it's almost up to Chicago because there's cities bid for it now. It's like the freaking Olympics. You It really is. And, you know, the reason it was in Miami last year is because Miami said, we will give you this much money. You know, it's, yeah, exactly. We couldn't get the Olympics, you know. You guys just got Extreme Rules, man. Well, I'll be here on September 3rd, you know. Chicago is one of the most visited cities. It really is. Think about it. We were here in December, and then we came right back after WrestleMania. We're going to be here in September. I know one of the loops coming up. I'm going to be in Rockford. I'm going to be in Peoria. So yeah, I would love for WrestleMania to be in Chicago again. You know, let's make it WrestleMania 30. Wrestle Stone Cold in Chicago, in my hometown. And y'all will probably never see me again.
I know we kind of touched on this earlier, but my daughter is 5, and she loves you.
Okay.
And when I ask her who she's going to marry, she says CM Punk. She is not here, but I was just wondering if I could just capture on tape for her, you just say you love her, or you will marry her.
How old is she?
5.
She's 5. What's her name?
Darian.
Darian? Can I just say hi to her? Whatever works. Are you rolling right now?
Yes.
Yeah? Hi, Darian. This is CM Punk, your future husband, apparently. I have to wait at least 13 years, so hopefully I'll still be here in 13 years. I can't. I'll start planning now. Be good, Darian. Be good. Just talk to me.
Oh, the way she goes to the drinks for things, you're going to have to start saving now.
Well, luckily I don't spend my money on anything. Have you seen the way I dress? Yeah, all the time. Yeah, and what's really hard, it's easier to stay on the road than it is to come home and leave. There's instances where I'll have maybe a day off. So I would have to fly home Tuesday. So I'm home half day Tuesday, and then I'm home Wednesday, and maybe Thursday morning I'm flying out. A lot of times I'll stay on the road and just hang out somewhere because it's a lot harder to get on that flight, and then it's a lot harder to wake up and then get back on another flight to leave. And one of these days, I'm just not going to leave. Thank you.
One, I'm single, but I don't go that way, so not today. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I knew that was the next line, but
PC culture.
Okay.
2, I think there's serious money on the table with you versus Kurt Angle at a big pay-per-view if they ever do bring it back to the WWE. I would love to see the best in the world versus the Olympic hero.
Sure.
And 3, and I'd love to hear those promos too, with you cutting in on it. And 3, are you going to go up and bitch slap Kevin Nash right now after we get down here?
No. I'm not going to slap Kevin Nash. Why are you so mad?
I know. Because I'm a huge fan.
But what are you mad about?
What he said the other day.
Okay, let's break this down.
All right.
What did he say?
He was just complaining about smaller wrestlers winning world titles. And I disagree with him on that.
Okay, you have a Captain America shirt on.
I know I do.
I hate Captain America.
Why?
You can't get mad at...
I don't only have a Captain America t-shirt on, but your favorite superhero. Superman.
Superman, you're bad.
I know, I'm just setting myself up.
Nash's opinion is just that. You can't get mad at a guy for his opinion. You know, I could care less what Kevin Nash said. You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't get any, more cut and dry. And everyone else who's, selling it and yelling at him and tweeting to him and stuff like that, I'm like, it's just, who cares? It's just his opinion. I have my opinion. And you might not agree with me. I like watching Eddie Guerrero. I thought Eddie Guerrero was awesome.
I love Eddie Guerrero. I like Chris Benoit, I'll watch him in.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that was one of the first guys that I would actually turn the TV on and watch him wrestle, and I'm like, shit, that would hurt.
Absolutely. Feces. This is different. One gets you detention, the other one gets you PhD.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can't get mad at anybody for anybody's opinion, even if it's wrong. It doesn't matter. See what I did there? No, we
Punk.
Frank.
I was, I know you said in the past and earlier today, you said that you've almost accomplished all your goals and that a retirement would be sooner rather than later. So if we had to put, and I know a lot could happen between now and then, if we had to put kind of a guess as to amount of years or whatever that the unfortunate retire would come, when would it be?
Well, I know a lot of people in my industry say that, oh, I want to do this forever. But I don't want to do this forever. There comes a point when I'm very goal oriented. I need to find out what's next, and I can't really put a time on it, but it would depress the hell out of all of you, I think. So we'll just.
This is gonna be a somber question. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll just leave it up in the air. I almost told you to get to the end of the line and do you last. Thankfully, we didn't because you know, I mean, I could go on about this. It's just, you know, I'm not broken down and I'm not beat up yet. You know, I just don't want to get to that point. I had my elbow scoped like 2 years ago. I never want to have another surgery as long as I live. Surgery was the most unfun thing I've ever had in my entire life. And maybe that has a lot to do with me refusing any and all painkillers, but, you know, I mean, it's nothing I want to do. I don't ever want to have anybody pull a set of human teeth out of my elbow ever again. I don't want to cough up anesthesia for 3 days, you know, and for what? To make a comeback and, you know, get back in the ring. Like, this is a young man's sport, you know. I'm 33. I'm gonna be 34 in a couple months. Like, to me, that's not young for what we do, you know. And I certainly don't want. And this isn't a slight on anybody that's still doing it. Not Nash, not Hunter, not anybody. I don't want to be their age and still be doing this. I don't. Now, if I am in 10 years, somebody please stop me. You know, I think it'd be pretty refreshing to just, you know, do everything and just peace out. You know, that was it. I also think I'm fortunate enough to be one of those guys that is never injured. I mean, I got my elbow scoped on a Wednesday and I was on the road Friday, so, you know, that's not the smartest thing either.
Mr. Funk.
Hello.
Last summer, Money in the Bank pay-per-view, perhaps the greatest pay-per-view 2011. Right here. It was the first one that me and
I think that has a lot to do with you guys. You were there at Chicago. You know?
Myself and a group of friends, that was the first time we watched them all together, all four, and that was the best pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Cool.
Just keep it up.
I'll do my best. That was not a question, but thank you. I gotta be me, sorry.
Alright, so mine's about the very first Summer of Punk back in 2005. Was that your idea to cut that promo after you beat Austin Aries, or was that Gabe's idea? 'Cause to me, that's one of the best promos
Gabe
you've cut.
kind of gets mad when, you know, you say things weren't his idea. But no, that was 100% me. And I think most of the really super awesome things in wrestling it has to be the idea of the performer. Because I believe in things that come from my brain way more than, you know, an idea from somebody else. Yeah, that was 100% me.
One of my favorites that you've ever cut.
Thank you.
Hey, Punk. Thanks for making wrestling fun. Just appreciate it.
Yeah.
I a little bit of my thunder with the retirement question, sort of along those lines. I was going to ask, when you finally do hang it up, do you think it'll be like more of like a solid retirement where like Sean said he's never coming back, or like a Terry Funk where he just, I mean, he's like 100. And either way you go with that, just a sort of a second part, do you ever see yourself maybe sort of in like a backstage role or an on-camera role, but not actively competing?
It's hard to say what I would feel, but I do know, you know, whenever it is I stop, I'm going to stop. I don't want to stop just to go back to TV the next Monday with a suit on, you know, which wouldn't happen anyway. You know, I'm here now, and I have a lot to give to this business. So to me, it's more like the people who can benefit from it need to capitalize on it right now. You know? But I can't say. I might disappear for 2 years, and then, God, what if I miss it? You know, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool feeling. You guys gotta understand.
We'll welcome you back anytime.
I've never had a break. You know, ever. I was supposed to take one last year. To bring it back to Al Pacino, they pulled me back in. You know, I started doing this in 1997, and aside from fracturing my skull and taking 2 months off, I've never had a break.
Appreciate it.
There's something out there. There's something else out there. I'm gonna conjure it, and then maybe I'll come back.
Music.
It's not movies.
It's not. It's not movies. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for that. Thanks for the vote of confidence. You know, I was supposed to be in the new, what's the new movie? Yeah, that was me.
I don't want
That was me, and they gave me the shooting schedule. This is a true story. This will be what gets reported on the internet and what I get talked to for. I was offered the movie, and I was like, cool. I kind of got some reservations. You know, I want to talk to you. And we talked, and then they gave me the shooting schedule, and I looked at it, and I was like, huh. So the deal was no house shows, just TVs. And I looked at the shooting schedule, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm not going to tell you who I was talking to, but I said, you know, that looks like it's the European tour. No, it's not the European tour. No, last year we did TV in Atlanta on Halloween, and then November 1st we flew overseas. This is the European tour. You know, let me call you back. Hello? Yeah, hey. Yeah, that's the European tour. All right, well, I'm glad we checked that out. So basically, it's one of those things where I'm proud of the fact that I'm way too valuable to be taken off of TV, to miss a European tour. So the movie went to somebody who I guess we can afford to lose.